Hi guys, we are skipping to the Day 7 worksheet to go over how to solve three variable systems on your calculator. So for the first do now, we want to rewrite the three variable system so that all of the variables are on the left of the equation and in alphabetical order, and all of the constants are on the right side of the equation. What that means here is that for my first equation, the z is on the right-hand side. I want to bring the z over to the other side. And that's going to give me a new equation that is 3x plus 2y plus z equals 5. So now all my letters are on the left, all my constants are on the right, and everything's in alphabetical order. For that next one down below, I have an x on the right-hand side, so I'm going to bring over the x, and I'm going to combine like terms because 6x minus x is going to be 5x. Then I have a minus 4y and a plus z equals -3. For my last one, all of my variables, all of the letters are on the left-hand side, but they're all out of order. I have the y, then the z, then the x. So what I have to do here is rearrange it. I want to have my x first, then the y, and then the z. And because of the commutative property, I can reorder this. So it's really important that when solving three variable systems, we can organize them in alphabetical order with all the letters on the left-hand side. And if you don't do that, then what we do today in the calculator will not make any sense. So let's look at the next system of equations. This is a multiple choice question, so you do not have to do this algebraically. In fact, I suggest you don't do this algebraically because doing it algebraically takes a lot of work. So in order to solve this system, you need to make sure, like in our do now, all of the variables are on the left, and they are. All of the constants, the terms without letters, are on the right. On top of that, all of your variables go in alphabetical order. All of the x's come first, all of the y's come next, and all of the z's come third. In order to solve this in the calculator, you need to create what is called a matrix. A matrix is just an organized way to arrange our data. So what we are going to do is we are going to make brackets because matrices have brackets, and we're going to get rid of all the letters. So we keep all of the constants and the coefficients, but we erase the letters. So for example, my first equation has coefficients of 1, 1, -1, and 6. So I have 1, 1, -1, 6. I get rid of the equal sign. I get rid of the the letters. My next equation has a 2, -3, 2, -19. Next one has a -1, a 4, a -1, and a 17. -1, 4, -1, 17. And I'm going to close this with brackets. So notice that my first column, all of these are x's. All of these are coefficients of y, all of these are coefficients of z, and all of these are what we are equal to. And this is called a matrix. That's all you really have to know. Just rewrite everything, put it in brackets, get rid of all the letters and the equal signs. Now, what's going to happen here is we're going to throw this matrix into the calculator because there's actually a lot of things you can do with matrices, and it's not in this course. But your calculator can use all these special rules with matrices and solve it for you. And we're going to get something, a new matrix that tells us what our answer is. So in order to solve this, we're going to go to our calculator and you're going to go to matrix. And maybe we notice, hopefully, that matrix is in blue right where the red button is on your screen, the x to the -1. So to get the blue matrix word, we're going to hit the blue button. Second, x to the -1 will get us to matrix. Now we have three options up top. We have names, math, and edit. And we're going to use all of them, but we're going to go from right to left. We're going to start with edit. And we're going to edit matrix A. Now, what you need here is a dimension. You need how many rows and how many columns. Well, they're always going to stay the same. We have 3 rows, and we have 4 columns. So what we're going to do is we are going to say that this is a 3 by 4 matrix. And that's what we're going to put in the calculator. And even if you forget it, you can honestly just play around with the numbers until you get how many rows and how many columns that you need. Now you're going to go and you're going to input all of these numbers. For example, my first row was 1, 1, negative 1, 6. Make sure when you're saying negative 1, you want to use the negative on the bottom, not the subtraction on the right. Oops. Oh dear. So second matrix, go back to edit. What did I do? This is supposed to be 6. There we go. My next row is 2, negative 3, 2, negative 19. Next one is negative 1, 4, negative 1, 17. Okay. So the thing is, you need to double check your work, because if you do it on the calculator is not going to know if you typed in something wrong, and it's just going to give you an answer. So if you don't double check your work now, if you accidentally type something in wrong, you will get the wrong answer. Take the minute to double check your work, and when you are done, you're going to hit second mode. That's going to get the blue quit button. So second mode. Now now that we actually created the matrix, you need your calculator, you need to tell it to solve it. So I used edit, and now I'm going to use math. And I'm going to pick the option that tells my calculator to solve this matrix for me. And it doesn't matter that you don't no idea of how to solve it. What you're going to do is choose RREF. Double R stands for reduced row echelon form, or row reduction echelon form. I'm not quite sure. I always forget. But my point is, you need the 2 R's. And if you don't know what echelon form is, that's okay. Don't care. You don't have to know it. But what you do need to know is double R ref. This tells your calculator to solve the matrix for you. And now you told it to solve, but you need it to tell it to solve what? So if you go back to second matrix, we did edit, we did math, and now you need to tell the calculator what to solve. Well, you just spent all that time editing matrix A. So choose matrix A. This tells your calculator, solve matrix A. And you get something that looks like this. Now, the 1s and 0s, that's actually called the identity matrix. Not that you need to know it, but I like it. I'm going to copy this down. So I have 1, 0, 0, 4. Oops. And my numbers were, oh, that was definitely not copied down right. Negative 1, 3, negative 4. There we go. So now let's take a look at what this answer from the calculator means. This answer, remember, your first column were X's, your second columns were Y, and the third column was Z. This column is now your answers. So this is telling me my first X, this is the 1 in the X column, that X is equal to negative 1. This is telling me this 1 is in the Y column. So this is saying Y is equal to 3. This is in the Z column, so Z is equal to negative 4. Now the question is asking, which answer is not a value of a variable in the solution? Well, we had 1, negative 3, and 4. 2 was not one of those numbers. So here are all the steps listed for you out on the calculator. Oops, there we go. You guys can read through them if you really want, but I'm just going to continue on down to do the next example. So again, it is a multiple choice question. And what we need to do before putting this in the calculator is get it into the form we need. All the variables on the left, all of the constants on the right. So I need to bring over this 2x. Oh no. Come in. So I'm bringing the 2x over, and that's going to give me 2x plus y equals 14. But notice how there's no z here. So because there's no z, there's 0 of them. This is going to be plus 0 z. It's important that you actually put the 0 there, because remember when we were doing placeholders with multiplication and division, that placeholder is important for matrices as well. For my next guy, I have an x, I have a z. They are in alphabetical order, but you are missing the y. So this is plus 0y minus 4z equals 2. This last guy, I have the x, I have the y, but I'm missing the z. So this is plus 0z equals 16. So I put all my variables on the left in alphabetical order, and if the variable was missing, I left a placeholder. Now, from there, I have to turn this into a matrix. So in order to get a matrix, I'm just going to take all of the coefficients. And my coefficients are 2, 1, 0, 14. So 2, 1, 0, 14. 3, 0, negative 4, 2. 3, negative 1, 0, and 16. There we go. I'm going to put this into the calculator, and it's going to give me what my new answers are. So in my calculator, to get back to this, I'm going to go back to matrix, which is second x to the negative 1. And now I need to edit my matrix all over again. Don't choose a different letter, just keep continuing with A. It's already a 3 by 4, but you need to enter the new numbers. So I have 2, 1, 0, 14. And if you need to pause the video while doing this, go ahead and do that. I'm just saying, if you're just sitting here and watching it and not actually trying it for yourself, you probably will forget how to do this. It's a lot of muscle memory that, helps if you're actually doing it on your own. Anyway, my next column is 3, 0, negative 4, 2. And then I have 3, negative 1, 0, 16. And double check that you actually have everything correct. Looks like I do. Because again, if you make a mistake here, no one's going to know. Once you type in the matrix, hit second mode to quit. We're going to go back to matrix. We did the edit. Now we're doing the math. You made your matrix, and now you need to tell the calculator to solve it. We are doing RREF, double R. You told the calculator to solve, but you need to tell it to solve what? So go back to second matrix. And now we just edited matrix A. So we're choosing to solve matrix A. And we're going to write that down. Yep. So just remember that the first column was X, then Y, and then Z. Sorry, my sleep keeps hitting the tablet, and that's why things keep popping up. Anyway, your first, the first one is in the X column, so we are saying that X is equal to 6. The next one is in the Y column, so Y is equal to 2. The next one is in the Z column, so Z is equal to 4. The question is asking what is the value of Z? Well, Z is 4. So there, what? Oh dear, what is all this? There we go, Z is 4. Why don't you guys try the next one on your own. Maybe pause the video and then try to see if you can do this. Just keep in mind, you need to actually show your work. I mean, not on a multiple choice, but if you're allowed to do it on a free response and it doesn't say algebraically, then you should show your matrices. And, if you don't remember how to do it algebraically, or if you're running out of time on a test, this is faster than doing it algebraically. You would at least get half credit if you show all your work. Anyway, hopefully you actually pause the video and try it on your own. Notice how for the next one, example 2, all of your letters are on the left side, and all of them are in alphabetical order. So we do have a few variables missing, so we need to include some placeholders. We have 2a plus 4b plus c equals 5. That's great. The next one is a minus 4b. There's no c, so I'm going to put a plus 0, c equals negative 6. And the last one, you're missing an a. So 0a, that looks gross, plus 2b plus c equals 7. And now that you included all of your placeholders, you can create your matrix. And that matrix is just going to be, the coefficients. Your coefficients are 2, 4, 1, 5. And then we have 1, negative 4, 0, negative 6. Then we have 0, 2, 1, 7. We're going to put it in our calculator to solve. So we are going to hit second matrix, work our way from right to left, edit matrix A. It's always going to be a 3 by 4 for us. We have 2, 4, 1, 5. And then we have 1, negative 4, 0, negative 6. And 0, 2, 1, 7. Double check your work to make sure it's right. And then we're going to hit second quit, which is second mode. We're now going to tell our calculator to solve the matrix by hitting second x to the negative 1. That gets us to the blue matrix word. We did edit. Now we're doing math. We're telling our calculator to solve it by doing double R. RREF. RF. Now you need to tell it what to solve. So we have second x to the negative 1. We're solving matrix A. And we're going to write that out for ourselves. And their answers are negative 2, 1, and 5. And just let you know, those first 3 columns of your matrix are always going to be the same, where the 1 is on the top left, the other one is in the middle, and the last one is on the bottom right. That's, if you were to learn how to solve these by hand, that is of the form of how we see our solutions. It will always be like that. The only thing that changes are the 3 numbers on the right side. Anyway, this is telling us, because this is x, y, and z, this is telling us that x is equal to negative 2, y is equal to 1, z is equal to 5. Oh, we don't have x, y, and z. Oh, that was silly. We have a, b, and c. So a is negative 2, b would be 1, and c would be 5. And if you want to write this in a coordinate, you need to put it in alphabetical order. A, comma, B, comma, C. There we go. So now let's see, in a situation, can we spot who is correct? So we have Miss Wicker, who is the dean, and she actually used to teach math. Miss Wicker gave her students the following 3 variable systems of equations to solve using a matrix on the calculator. Kevin and Olivia both used a matrix but got different answers. Kevin believes the answer is that, and Olivia believes the answer is something else. The work for each student is shown below, who is correct and why. Now, just to let you know, sometimes these answers won't necessarily be nice. So it is possible Kevin's correct. Just because there's a decimal doesn't mean he's wrong. However, what you have to do first, if you look at the matrix, the 3 variable system, all of those variables are out of order. So for example, the 3y and the 3z are on the right side, but they're supposed to be on the left. So you have to rewrite this first guy by bringing it over. And if you brought it over, you would have to subtract 3y and you would have to add 3z. Now, there are no constants, so this one's equal to 0. The next one, every variable's on the left. It's in alphabetical order, so we're just going to rewrite it. This is perfect. And then for the last one, the z is on the wrong side. So I have my x, I have my y, and I have my, I'm going to bring over the z and subtract z from both sides. And then I'm left with 4. If you were to write a matrix out of this, and you take the coefficients, my coefficients are 1, -3, 3, 0. 5, 1, -5, 0. 1, 1, -1, 4. That's the matrix that we should be putting in the calculator. And if you guys notice, Olivia's work is correct. It has all the right values in it. But Kevin's work is not. And if you notice what Kevin did, Kevin just started typing in coefficients to begin with. So Kevin got his coefficients, 1, 3, -3, and 0 come from 1, 3, -3, and 0. Do you see what he did there? He just started typing in the numbers right off the bat without setting the equation up properly. So Olivia is correct because she got all of the variables on the left before making her matrix. There we go. How are we doing on time? Oh, we are at 23 minutes. So here are several practice problems for you guys to try. Do your best with them. All right, check with the partners next to you to see if you're getting them correct. And you should get them correct as long as you're actually typing in the numbers properly. So just be super careful. All of these examples are super easy because all of the variables are on the left and they're all in order. So none of these have to be set up before you put them in the calculator. Just remember, on the test, for the free response, you will have to do it algebraically. If you choose to use this method, you have to show all of the work. You have to show setting it up as a matrix. You have to show the matrix that the calculator gives you, and you have to show your solution. And if you do that, you're only going to get half credit. But if you don't remember how to solve a 3 variable system by hand, then half credit's pretty good. Anyway, try the practice on your own. See if you can get what the solutions are.